far out there, and that's Cabazon, and that's the hollowed out core of an extinct volcano. We're the only place in the world that has every single different kind of volcano located in one place, including the steam volcano, which is native to only here in Chile. We are slowing down to about 10 feet per second to go over Tower 2. I will need everyone at the front of the cabin, please, to lift your left leg and lean slightly to the right. Just kidding. Some people do it though. Yeah. So that kind of they tie a cabin full of Boy Scouts to do that one.
Holy mackerel, look how pretty that is.
Oh my We have mule deer up here. Mule deer, black bear, mountain lion, bobcat, and ring-tailed cat. We used to have a species of goat or sheep that lived in the town, but it got killed off by the skinny instead of being passed on by the domesticated goats and sheep. As we pass this tram on the right, this is our halfway point. It looks like that cabin was moving a lot faster than us, but I promise that's an optical illusion. We are a continuous cable tram system. Both cabins travel at the same speed. This is the highest off the ground we will be in the entire tram, right? We are between 980 and 1,000 feet off the ground right now, or 7.8 seconds. I don't actually know that. I just wanted to see it.
Yeah, it doesn't have a clear bottom.
And this is Big Canyon.
Cool.
Aptly named.
Is that a clear bottom?
Download yesterday.
Some people also call it Bear Canyon or Oso Canyon. If you see any long white smudge marks going down the cliff faces, that is most likely bird poop. And that's how we know where a lot of our birds are nesting. We have over 200 different species of bird on top of the mountain at any given time during the year. And we also have golden eagle back on the mountain. I have not seen any with my eyes, but the Forestry Service has let us know we have a few dozen back on the mountain, which is lovely. We haven't had golden eagle up here in quite a time. As we come out of Big Canyon and into Echo Canyon, we are going to pass Ego Boost Point on the left-hand side. And that is this big cliff face that's jutting out, and it gets very sheer and flat as we pass it. A lot of our local rock climbers like to hike up from the foothills into this area right here, and they climb this cliff face with nothing at all except their hands, their feet, and hope. Sometimes a rope or two. And then they turn and they wave at the tram, and it is terrifying. This is Echo Canyon here. This is my favorite place to come camping and hiking. I really do that. That is not part of my spiel. I hike up into this area. It takes us about 3 hours to get here from the foothills down over there. There's a tiny bit of water down at the bottom of this canyon, but it's because a little spring feeds it at the top. But you can't see the water from the tram because New Mexico likes to hoard water under the ground. And the trees at the bottom of this canyon can get up to 200 feet high. All of the black bear, mountain lion, mule deer, bobcat, ringtail cat, various squirrels, chipmunks, skunks, porcupines, and locals I've ever seen on the mountain have been at the bottom of Echo Canyon because there's water. As we come out of Echo Canyon and you look to the cliff face on the left-hand side, you may or may not see a big black smudge mark that looks like a face. And it might look like a face because I see it every day, but it looks kind of like a face right there. There are more big black smudge marks on the cliff faces that you see on the west side of the mountain. Those are lightning strikes. The west side of the mountain bears the brunt of our lightning strikes because it is very barren of vegetation compared to the other side of the mountain. You can also see our lovely mineral deposit of potassium feldspar in the mountain. Our mountain is primarily made up of granite, and then there's a cap of sandstone and limestone at the top of the mountain. That was an ancient seabed a long time ago. But we have a mineral deposit called potassium feldspar that has a very pinky orangey hue. And in the sunset, this side of the mountain lights up like a big slice of watermelon. And Sandia means watermelon in Spanish. But if you are seeing watermelons in your mountains at sunset, you should stop drinking. This is Domingo Baca Canyon here, very last canyon of our trip. If you look out the opposite side of the cabin from me, and all the way up at house with a little black window. It's not really a house, more like a cabin. It's called Kiwanis Cabin, and it was built in the 1930s by the Civilian Conservation Corps to house workers that worked up at the top of the mountain at that time. The original cabins were made of wood. One was burnt down by lightning. One was blown off the top of the mountain by winds that can get up to 120 miles an hour up here. And since the third pig is usually the smartest pig, they built the third one out of granite, and there it still stands. You can hike to Kiwanis. It's about 3 miles round trip. It's probably the most lovely hike on the mountain, bless you, and the best marked hike on the top of the mountain. It's the most popular as well. There will be other people out there hiking with you. There may be a small wait to come back down the mountain at the top of the mountain here. I recommend everybody enjoy the mountain for a time. Take your time. Nobody has to be on a tram until 9 o'clock tonight. Trams will leave Upper Terminal every 20 minutes or so. There will be an announcement made every time a tram is leaving to go down the mountain. Trams down the mountain are first come, first served, so everybody will exit the cabin once we get to the top of the mountain. Please keep that two-way ticket. That two-way ticket is your ticket back on the tram. That being said, if someone in your party loses their ticket, you will have to hike 2 miles to the crest station. Just kidding. Just kidding. If your husband, brother, son, cousin, daughter, wife loses their ticket, you can't leave them up here. We will not let you. You have to take them home with you.
Girlfriends are okay up there?
Yeah, you talk to her about that. See that face? But if anybody loses their ticket, just let one of us know, and we'll absolutely get you back on the cabin. We can usually tell based on equipment and odor whether or not you have hiked up the mountain. We dock both cabins at roughly the same time, so we're going to slow down quite a bit to come up into Upper Terminal. There may be a couple of bumps, but now that I've said something, don't let them catch you off guard. They're totally supposed to happen. We are on stage 2 fire restriction at the top of this mountain. That means there is no open flame of any kind, anywhere, at all, for any reason, at any time. There is a smoking area at the top of the mountain, right on the north side of the building. It is a $5,000 fine per person individually if you are caught smoking anywhere on this mountain except for that designated smoking area. So please smoke in that area. The Forestry Service is out there waiting to catch you. I am not even kidding. They are out there.
Really, 54 degrees and the temperature.
Where do you see?
19, the direct 54.
There's probably only like 5, but it sounds like 1,000. Once we get up into Upper Terminal and we can open the doors, I will be loading a brand new cabin and going right back down the mountain after everybody exits. There will be another tram up 15 minutes after I leave on the other side of the building. We can take 47 people to a cabin, 47 people only. We will get everyone down the mountain. It's like the Marines, no man left behind. There might be another bump as we come to rest at the end of the dock. Alrighty, we are waiting for this green light above me to go off before we can open the doors. This means that Lower Terminal is finishing their docking procedures. That is Jacoby across from me. He is my Upper Terminal attendant. Do not let his stoic face dissuade you. He loves to answer all the questions, all of them. He's very amicable. Oh, and please make a good decision. Top of that.
Welcome to the top. Watch your step.
Thank you.
Bit of a gap. Watch your step. Should have 47.
Oh, really? Cool.
Yeah.
Bit of a gap.